This thing gonna start?
It started.
It says we're live.
We are live. All right, gentlemen, give an introduction to yourself. Kiram, you go first.
It's your boy, Black Kiram.
Rowan.
All right, it's Jerice. I was on Weapon Wheel last Sunday for the Mother's Day episode, and yeah, I'm out here like Jack Move. I'm trying to be on every podcast I can, clout chasing, shout outs.
And it is I, Holy One, aka the Ultimate Gamer, and I'm bringing back the GEX Sit Down after a decade of pretty much being off YouTube for a while on this thing. Decided to bring it back a little bit. So we're gonna start off with the topic of with all this talk of moon colonization with these big companies, like what was that guy? The guy who makes the electric cars, what's his name? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is, bringing out all these engineers saying we're going to go to the moon because climate change is going to kill us all. And, they probably want to build some giant supercomputer. Because let's be real, people are already going to take their culture to the moon. How do you guys think that gaming will evolve on the moon? Do you think it's just going to be done by one giant supercomputer and it's going to be augmented reality or something where you put on some glasses and you can see games and just play with them or something?
It's probably going to be some crazy stuff where it's just like, oh, look, here's the Kinect. Now you can play Mario Kart with your legs.
That sounds like an educated opinion.
Do you think it'll be like Sword Art Online where you can upload your mind into the server?
Definitely not.
No.
Let's not do any of that stuff.
Let's not get too weebish. Come on now.
Well, it's not like just Sword Art Online, or maybe the Matrix. You upload your mind into this alternate Earth, so you feel like you're on Earth.
Just hooks straight into your brain just sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, and then because let's be real, everything's gonna implants. If you guys played Deus Ex, right? Everything's gonna be eventually augmented into our bodies just so we can live longer. And if we're going to survive on Mars with how harsh, not Mars, Mars or the moon with how harsh conditions will be, I would assume people are going to augment themselves. And mostly it's going to be the rich people, the whites, and anyone who's got the money to go to the moon because it's going to be expensive to go there.
Look, I didn't even like when Kaiba hooked a dual disc up to his brain. That just fell off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You brought up Yu-Gi-Oh references? Oh, no.
Yeah. And I mean, there's already a program where we're going to have a station around the Earth, and it's just going to be like, okay, humans can come live around this giant ass space station, and it's going to be a new nation, like a unified Earth nation. So it's probably going to be moon. What was that movie where there's like the colonies? It was like a mech game. Oh yeah, Zone of the Enders. Have you guys played a Zone of the Enders?
No,
ever heard of it?
I haven't heard of that.
It was made by Kojima. It's a mech game where there's it's basically a mech game back before when Kojima made good games. And there's all these colonies, there's a colony around.
Wait, hold on, Holy. Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Kojima's never made a good game.
Oh,
shout outs to it's Alex on the Press Start podcast.
Yeah, but it's a good game. You should try it out. It's actually just like a mech game. Like if you like, remember the old Gundam games where you run around shooting, like the Gundams are running around shooting things. It's similar to that, but you're like in these space colonies. And how it works is each colony is going to have a specific location, and then there's like the Earth faction. Similarly, they want to go to war with these people over their differences. I kind of like. Or do you think that we're going to become so lazy that like these games on the moon or something are going to distract us to the point where we're all hooked into the system and we lose grasp around reality, and the necromorphs from Dead Space are going to come kill us?
I don't know anything about that, but I'm gonna just say I'll believe this technology will be a real thing when my internet goes over 100 megabytes per second.
Yeah, like do you think the internet will be actually accessible on there?
Because my internet here is shit, so I don't know about this augmented brain organ technology. Like America's internet is so shitty. Like
it is like
it's like 4 times slower, like 4 times more.
I think America, our internet's ranked like the 44th worst in the world, which is sad, or it's close to that. It's some low statistic. I don't think it's that low, but it's low.
It was like 50 gigabytes a second. That way you can just be like,
yeah, and 1 gigabyte speed is coming around the corner soon. So I'd assume like, what was it? Elon Musk said that like, he's like, internet won't be necessary because all the processing will be done, like I said, on a single mother supercomputer. So like the internet may cease to exist and it'll just be one server system.
Sounds ambitious.
Everything will be contained. Everything will be connected. That's why I'm thinking games will just be in your head, so you won't need consoles anymore. So do you think these corporations are going to do what Cyberpunk's going to do, where all of them are control over our lives and it's no longer the government?
That sounds like a year 4000 type of thing, Holy. I'm just gonna be that guy.
1,000 years.
No, maybe like year
2070.
3000.
Maybe
Or
that is
2070.
like extreme science fiction type scenario right there.
Yeah, but it's happening right now. That's the thing. Like people are saying it's all science fiction, but I mean, what was it? I just got my Radeon 7. You can check out that unboxing. And their AMD is starting to make servers in these EPIC chips for the United States government. So they're going to have better supercomputers. And they're being commissioned by Elon Musk too to make these, high-powered computers to unify everything. They want everything unified.
Yeah, wasn't there a Singularity? That's what it was called.
Singularity.
When computers become more complex than humans and they rapidly evolve.
Look at Korea. They got not Korea. Look at Korea, Japan. They have these aired talk shows where these people are talking and they're all AIs and they're not even people whatsoever, even though they look like people.
Again, they're Koreans. Asians are just smart as fuck. So
Don't forget about Japan's Vocaloids.
Oh yeah, the Hatsune Miku fucks and all that.
But the Japanese are the most sex deprived. No offense, but that's just true. Like you got men marrying holograms.
Yeah.
And what is it? Miku, that green haired girl, she's like sings in front of the audience and they're like, Miku, I want you.
So I'm gonna like make a lot of WWP references, but like, bro, when you were talking about the incels, like, bruh, I was dying laughing.
That was funny, yeah. I mean, I roast people on that show all the time. It's fun. As Bond says, I'm a perma guest, even though BG's like, I'm not sure about this guy. I'm cool with everyone on the podcast over there.
It's okay, Holy. I'm gonna be like the black you. I'm gonna infiltrate it.
Yeah,
that is literally my goal. I plan to infiltrate and just be your voice.
Dude, I saw that. No offense, but I saw like that tweet where Hardy's like, this man is no longer getting on there because you reference Hardy, and BG's like, no, don't reference Hardy on my channel. Like he's like, you're gonna kick this guy off. That was weird. That was funny.
Oh man, BG did get a little upset when I said his name, but
even at least when I give BG criticism, like I did that comparison, I was like, BG, you like Bulletstorm? Why don't you like Doom? They're similar.
I mean,
Doom's a lot of fun.
There is a lot of like legitimate criticisms like I could give BG that I think if he listened to, it could improve the show from a viewer aspect.
Yeah,
but
here's the thing though. That's what I don't get. I'm like BG, everyone's complaining about the Patreon dropping. People are donating for me to come on the show. Then he just refunds those people that money.
Yeah, I don't think.
Wouldn't you want that money?
Oh,
I don't think he really cares.
And then
about
last episode, he was complaining about not having, and no offense, not enough, difference. Like the only white people I know that went on was Dreamcast guy, Rich. I guess kind of Bond because Bond's half and half, but he likes to, like his on his profile he says #white Bond.
I mean, I'm like literally Bond but darker. I'm literally Black Bond.
Oh,
like, I should take his name and be like, hey, yo, Black Bond, can I have your name, bro? Like, can you just hand me your Twitter account and like let me shit post for you? Because like, bro, I would restart the Crumbside community with a fire.
I have nothing against Fratanga, but him and like people like Fratanga, like I set him and Bond against each other, no offense, but I was like, Fratanga, I literally linked him to Bond stream, and then he told me, he's like, all right, a roast is in order, and then he tagged Alex in it. That shit was funny. And then he made a 5-hour couple of streams about Bond. That was funny as shit.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with the whole Bond, Alex, Fratanga love triangle story thing.
So, Joanne, did you want to ask me about that PC stuff you wanted to ask me about? I don't know what it was.
Okay, so with the Epic Store, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is the real deal with this spyware bullshit? Because I've been looking online and I haven't seen anything.
How to sum it up is the only way, and pretty much it's common knowledge at this point, the only way for it to be spyware is if you link your Steam account, your friends list to your Steam account to Epic, and then they make a copy of that friends list along with games you purchased from the Steam store. So when you go to the Epic Store recommendation, it's like, oh, you purchased this on Steam, we recommend this game to you, pretty much. It's no different than how Facebook's like, oh, you went to this ad, so here's an ad for this game or this thing.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the type of content that's going to be on my channel, and I'm going to ask you a very serious question. Okay, so these people are complaining that the Epic Game Store is reading their Steam Store purchases, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
the CEO said it isn't, but I would just, my speculation is, why would they want your games info if they don't? And then I'll give an example. So I linked my Steam friends list, and then the next day it's like, oh, we recommend you purchase Metro Exodus, and I was like, oh, that was on my Steam wish list. Why would Epic want to recommend that to me?
Okay, so they're complaining about it reading your purchases and your like
and your playtime, pretty much.
Yeah,
but here's what Bond said: it's all public knowledge on your Steam profile, unless you privatize.
That's literally what I was about to say. Like, holy
but people
shit.
are upset. People are upset because it's a Chinese company that has stock in Epic. But I'm like, bruh,
who gives a fuck?
The Supreme Court for worse.
Like, who gives a fuck who's reading the fucking data? That's oh my fucking
Microsoft
God.
Windows 10. Kiram literally, like, right, Kiram, you have this software that blocks anything Microsoft watches on your computer.
Yeah, it's called Spybot Anti-Beacon.
Okay, I might need to actually look into that. Thank you. So, I love re-listening to the podcast that I'm on because, like, it kind of gives me idea for like jokes.
And like like VG said, I'm a walking encyclopedia. I keep up to date with all gaming news, and you can ask me something. I can't remember people's names, so that's the one flaw with that. So that other than that, I can remember pretty much anything that goes on with that. And then the other thing with the Epic Store is people are complaining. You guys should go watch my comparison video between the Nintendo Store and the Epic Store. It's an embarrassment that a 10-year-old store like Nintendo is going to be behind the Epic Store.
Yes, that's another thing I have. Oh my God. I actually do have a video plan for Nintendo, but
yeah, I already made that video, and it got a lot of retards in the comments saying the stupidest shit I've ever heard. They're like, well, they're like this. They're like, Nintendo has better games than Epic, and I'm like, I said in my video, people who didn't watch it, I said in my video, I'm not comparing the games, I'm comparing the services. And Epic actually put a sheet, and they're like, here's what's coming in the next few months. They're like, by this month, you'll have achievements. By this month, you'll have possibly reviews if developers want to opt into it. You'll have forums eventually. Remember, Steam was a new store in 2003, and they had it took them a while until they got everything sorted for their store.
Yeah, why doesn't the Nintendo Network have achievements yet?
Because Nintendo doesn't care about achievements.
No. So I think Microsoft's just going to bring Xbox Live to the Switch, and just there you go. Your achievements are right there.
I don't think that's how it's going to work.
That's already proof right there.
Oh, come on. There's some games that just have achievements built in because it's just like, oh, we don't have it. So they're like, what was it? Cuphead. Cuphead had built-in achievements when it came to Switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Nintendo is ever going to hop on with achievements.
Yeah.
Like, they won't ever build it into their actual Switch OS. Like, it's never going to happen unless, like, the fans actually start complaining.
And, like,
they're never going to make the Switch.
Switch's OS is only terabytes big. It's not even a gigabyte big. Like, if you look at Xbox, they take, like, 40 gigabytes for the OS alone.
Oh, and I like that pun, by the way, Kieran, by the way. I see what you did there.
There you go.
Yeah, don't worry. Stuff like that doesn't fly over my head, unlike most of the people in the Chrome side community, but we won't talk about that. Like, don't worry. I have a lot of videos coming, guys. I'm about to try to set the Chrome side on fire.
Yeah. Hey, starting fresh. I mean, Kiram's the biggest channel we got in here right now. He's got 400 subs. I did have an old channel from 10 years ago. I did 8 episodes of I didn't call it Informant GEX. I just called it Informant Sit Down. I just talked about random stuff like bullying in schools, and that I got like 1,000 subs on the channel until it got struck down because I started talking about like sex trafficking. Man, did that get because back then, the moment you talk about that stuff, that was back in 2009. That shit didn't fly.
Yeah, now it's the LGBTQ community and feminism and stuff like that.
Now people don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, it's all about Brie Larson and women and
and you want? I have a question. Does it cost you money to download the Epic Store?
It definitely does not.
It doesn't, right? And you have to buy a console to buy those exclusives, right? Minus the Xbox.
I mean, you definitely do, unless you're talking about an Xbox.
And people are complaining, dude. The biggest L I saw on Twitter was people buying was it Rage 2, and they're like, oh, I like from key sites, even though on the key sites it clearly says you're getting it for the Bethesda app. Then bitching saying, why doesn't the game launch on the Bethesda app?
Okay, so I'm gonna just say that I don't touch anything with Bethesda's name on it.
Ever since I got Fallout 4, I haven't touched anything Bethesda, except I'm good with I like Rage 2, and like I said, my brother gifted it to me, so I didn't buy it personally. I just wanted to play it, just to have something on my side to beat, because I usually try to beat as many games as possible each year. I know like people like to brag, I beat 20 games in a year, and I'm like, all right, I'm already at 31. Your point?
Okay, so Holy, you want to hear like a holy shit racist, like hot take from the racist black guy? Like you want to hear?
Go ahead,
like,
dude.
I thought blacks can't be racist though.
Oh, we definitely can. Like, I hate black people the most. I'm gonna just say it right here. Like, as a black man, black people as a race get on my nerves the most. Like, so if I was racist, I'd definitely be racist against my own kind. If I was, but you know, hypothetically.
I have a question for you then. I have a question for you about that.
Stand fairies.
Do you think blacks are more friendly to whites or each other? What do you think about that? Because
definitely each other. Every race is more friendly to its own
other.
race. That's a fact of life.
And my personal experience, I've worked with African American coworkers, college friends, and you know they've always been buddy with me. And they didn't call me. I didn't, but that's just my experience. I've never had, and like I don't know. Maybe it's just my personality because
you're just one of those goofy white guys that I'd hang around with. So.
Yeah, like when I was in college, I was at a community college, transferred. I could sit down at a table full of African Americans, and I'm just bugging the fuck out with them and just having a good time.
Yeah, for me, Holy, you can say black in front of me. I don't care. I don't know if you're saying it for your audience or whatever, but I don't.
It doesn't matter. I go back and forth.
Okay, so just letting you know, like I don't see skin color as like anything. Yeah. So as a black man, right, a black gamer who's been gaming since the NES, right? Here's a hot take.
I mean, I started gaming on the PlayStation 1 and original Game Boy. That's when I started.
I started on the GameCube myself.
Oh man, so y'all are like young ones compared to me. So
like Blandrew was like, I started in the N64, and I'm like Blandrew. Everyone knows you started on the GameCube. Facts. Even BG called him out for that.
If you started on the N64, you're not even a Nintendo fan in my eyes, to be honest.
No. Like at this point, I probably play more Nintendo games than him already. So like he only plays exclusively on the Switch, and I'm like, bro, there's like this, you can broaden your horizons. I mean, yes, there's some good Switch exclusives, but other than that, it doesn't really matter.
I think the first game I played was Pokemon Gold.
Yeah, most Pokemon gamers started with Gold and Silver. I started back on the original Blue. That was my first game, along with my first game was that and Crash, I think, and Spyro, one of those ones. It was early. It was the 98. I came in late with the PS1 around 97. I think we got it.
I got into Pokemon hella late because I didn't like turn-based games at the beginning of my childhood. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I didn't know about types and all that.
Turn-based on the PS1, most people didn't play these. Digimon World.
Ha! I actually like Digimon World.
That game was lit. Remember 2? You go through the dungeon, random Digimon show up, and you just turn-based fighting them. 4 was kind of a letdown on GameCube because it's more of like action than a turn-based.
Oh yeah, 4 was definitely garbage, but
I did like the only one I played because I was like a wee lad.
It did have good co-op though.
I'm just gonna embarrass myself real quick. I beat that game like 4 times.
Did you get Beelzemon? I used Beelzemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. I'm ashamed. It's okay.
I don't know. I've played the Metroid series. I probably beat 1 through 3 at least 17 times. No lie. And I beat him on the highest difficulty. Hyper mode was crazy. Like people
crap, we keep going off on tangents.
This is not a podcast. It's a sit down. We just have off the cuff talks.
No, I know, but I'm gonna forget my point.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Freaking a black gamer. I've never played and or beaten a Bethesda game, and I have never beaten a Rockstar game / I do not like GTA or Red Dead.
What's funny is the first Rockstar game.
Bully.
The first Rockstar game I beat was GTA 5. Wait, does Max Payne 3 count? Was that Rockstar?
I don't know if it's one of those published or developed by situations.
I know technically GTA 5 is a main game.
I'm more to the Saints Row series.
I dropped Red Dead. I couldn't finish Red Dead. That game bored me with the horses. I'm like, I can't.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like GTA bores me as a whole. Like
the mods are what makes it good.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty good. You got the superpowers in the 4th one.
Because that goes into the next topic. You wanted to talk about mods.
Like, I mean, I definitely do check out like GTA mods on YouTube, but like that game games that simulate situations that I could emulate in real life, I don't find them fun. Like sports games, Madden 2K, NBA Live. I don't play any sports games. Like playing a sports game.
Wasn't there a flying bike mod for GTA 5? It was like a flying bike.
There was a whale mod where whales fell from the sky.
Dude, all my buddies got banned from GTA Online because they had mod menus.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like GTA, was it 2K came, whatever. Who's the Pemberg company? Whoever.
It was somebody.
Yeah, they came in and said mods are banned and you'll be banned if you use them. And I'm like, really? And then that's what I love about PC gamers. I give an example. Remember when Mafia 3 came out and it had a 30 frames per second cap on PC day one? A day later, it got unlocked frame rate to 60. And that happened recently with Rage 2. Rage 2 had de novo, and the next day people were bitching about it, and Bethesda removed it.
Didn't DMC5 had like some DRM bullshit attached to it, and Capcom had
it had de novo as well. But what developers do on PC, Capcom? What Capcom does is they'll have de novo for 6 months and then remove it. They did that with Yakuza Kiwami. They want to make sure people buy the Yakuza game first. That's why when Yakuza Kiwami 2 came out and I bought that, it had no de novo because apparently the sales for Yakuza Kiwami 1 were good. So,
wait, hold on. Yakuza is Capcom? Question mark.
No. That's Sega.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to correct you.
I was talking about the Capcom de novo, and then I went over to Yakuza.
That one. You have like a 30 frame cap, and then like 3 days later, here's a 60 FPS mod for it.
Which one?
Tales of Zestiria.
Oh no, it still has a 30 frames per second, but
no, I'm saying that the mod came out like
you had to mod it to get to 60. Yeah, some game like less Japanese developers they're still trying to switch from PlayStation to PC with the censorship. I know Bond likes to downplay it, but the only censorship I'm against is when they take out game content.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so you're gonna have to be more specific on the censorship issue because
I'm not talking about
forms of censorship.
Okay, the censorship I'm talking about is I'll give an example. And a game that I thought was trash, but I still didn't want to be.
Don't say MK11. This is a non-issue.
Senran Kagura Burst Renewal.
Also a non-issue. Holy, don't do it.
This game had a dress-up mode where you could dress up these grown-ass women with actual titties and dresses.
Okay.
And that dress-up room was taken out of the PlayStation 4 version. It's in the PC version.
Again, that's why I'm a PC gamer, but Senran Kagura is an M-rated game that's literally meant for you to fucking...
Exactly, and Sony removed it. It's an actual gameplay feature.
Is it in the Japanese version? Like, is it...
Nope, it's out of the Japanese version for PlayStation 4 too.
Okay, that's all I had to ask.
I believe it is, because remember, the Japanese version has to be... another game I'm buying is Neptunia Super Dimension. It's like Dragon's Crown? Remember Dragon's Crown?
I know the game series. I had a buddy who played it. I just never hopped into it.
Super Dimension the Hyper Dimension keeps making these spin-offs. So this one's basically gonna have Dragon's Crown gameplay, and it's gonna have like a hot tub scene. And I don't know if the PC version is gonna be censored, but so what Japanese developers are doing is they're releasing their games earlier than on the PlayStation on PC. So it's gonna be released 5 days early compared to PS4. And
that's cool.
And Tales of Vesperia was released 2 days early on PC compared to the console versions.
Don't worry, Holy. I got a lovely example. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna give my example of how people can't keep the same energy.
Because what the Tales developer said, literally quoting him here, he's like, if we develop for PC first, they build the game up on PC, they can downscale it for the consoles, which is super easy to do. You just lower the resolution and frame rate because these consoles are now more PC-like than they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yep.
I mean, that kind of is the result of consoles being able to run off the x86 architecture,
Yep.
But
they're just using Radeon hardware pretty much at this point, minus the Jaguar, which is like a 2005.
Okay, so Holy, question. What you're saying is that the Xbox One and PS4 are basically just mini PCs?
I mean, both have keyboard and mouse support natively, so aren't they?
Are you saying that an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 is just a cheaper version of my $1,600 machine that I have sitting in front of me, Holy?
But you still have to pay for the online.
I mean, that's the drawback I'm willing to take.
I'm sitting next to my $3,000 PC, and that they definitely are a step down from my Radeon 7.
I mean, I'm just saying because I love playing my games at 1080p, 240 hertz.
Yeah, Kiram, you're still waiting on that 240 hertz monitor, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like wait, what, Joanne? What graphics card you get? He just upgraded from a 970 to a Vega 64, which is a pretty big leap.
I've had a 1080 in my rig for
1080 is pretty much identical in performance to the 64. So yeah, you both are running high end cards. Well, they're mid range now because of the new 2080 Ti and Radeon 7.
Okay, Holy. So let me just again a controversial opinion. The 20 series doesn't exist in my eyes. Okay.
Yeah, that's why, dude. Okay, so I got the 2080 just to try ray tracing. I was like, okay, Battlefield 5 Kiram saw it. It has good reflections, right? It looks nice. What was that other game that had it? The only like the Minecraft mod for ray tracing is cool, but it's not like actual thing. And it's all, and then I got the Radeon 7 because let's be real, 16 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of VRAM is going to be way more future proof, and with more drivers, AMD graphics cards get better and better.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Holy. Do we play video games for reflections?
For reflections. Oh, well, no. So the Metro Exodus has the best thing. Global illumination looks really good, but the loss to performance and then DLSS is like Vaseline on the screen. I couldn't deal with it.
Thank you for being like the intelligent.
I'm just honest. And for all the AMD fanboys out there, yes, the Radeon 7 is not a blower fan, but it is loud as hell. And I hear people saying it's a silent card. No, it is loud. It is loud.
Oh, that shit sounded like a PS4?
It sounds like a jet engine when it's... I can't even overclock the thing because apparently my power supply is too weak.
It's
even he has a blower fan rate, the Vegas 64. But like most people,
shout out to Jimmy B. Gaming and his loud ass PS4 playing days.
Yeah,
yeah, he had me dying when he said that on Weapon Wheel.
Nothing but love for Jimmy, but he's ducking me, man. He still owes me some Sekiro gameplay because Etika's like, John, let me Holy One, let me send your gamer tags to Jimmy.
Wait,
so
Erica or Etika?
And then Etika said it for me. Jimmy ghosted.
I was like, Etika? I was like, did he get out the mental ward? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Not Etika, Erica.
And he's texting you, Holy? This is weird.
Dude, Erica and Etika have like similar names. That's Erica, the one chick.
I was literally about to just leave the podcast. Like, hold on, you're texting Etika? I'm out.
Yeah, yo, Etika, am I a god now? You know.
Like, no. Crazy spreads, bro. Like, no.
Yeah.
Or were you talking about Etika and he's screaming at you about Mewtwo?
Dude, what is up with Nintendo? No offense to the Nintendo fans like myself, but what is up with these Nintendo fanboys? They're going crazy. First, you had Etika, who went crazy. And who else was there that went crazy? Was a Nintendo fan. There's a couple.
About the Pokemon pedos. Let's just throw them under the bus, too, while we're at it.
Like, Dreams is doing a lot of cool stuff. And then you look at, like, Smash Ultimate, and it's like,
Bro,
oh, that game was trash.
Let's get into that because I want it to be on Weapon Wheel when they were talking about the Smash Ultimate Stage builders.
I did too. Like I said, Bond sent me the invite. He's like, well, we have too many guests. Come on another time.
Bro, if you would have been on, you would have said everything I would have said. But
because Blandrew, despite me roasting him, he's like, Only One's the only other Nintendo guy I can trust on the show.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Blandrew, okay, if you ever hear this, I'm in your corner, my guy, but let's not pretend like Nintendo doesn't have the weirdest fan base / largest amount of pedophiles per fan in the big three of the gaming industry.
You can't marginalize a small community to the whole of it all.
Okay, Holy One, check this out, right? Yeah, the fuck I can, if it's true.
That, you know what their clapback, the Nintendo fans are like, well, the PC gamers are all basement dwellers, yet I don't know how basement dweller could afford a $3,000 PC.
Oh, okay.
And let's be real. These PC peasants who are downplaying everything, they're using little $300 toasters, little 1050s.
Okay, so yeah, that's another thing. These dudes in the comment section that love fucking calling people virgins and incels, right? Okay. Here's my thing, right? I'm willing to bet I get more pussy than all y'all niggas in the comment section who literally just fucking write comments.
As Jimmy says, no face, no case.
Okay, cool. I'll put my face on a YouTube video, and if anybody wants to see me fuck a bitch, send me your email, and I will literally send you a video of me fucking a bitch. Nah, apparently Pornhub is too much for these Nintendo fans and these pedos and all these.
Dude, you got to go back and watch the Weapon Wheel I was on where I was talking about Rule 34 and the wetards in the comments section. Just go to the comments. It is hilarious. They're like, Rule 34 can mean anything. That doesn't mean Nintendo fans look at that stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Rule 34 is little Splatoon whatever characters looking weird.
Okay, so Holy, I'm literally, like I said, you're my white doppelganger. I can tell you
one of my favorite Rule 34 is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Okay, and those are adult characters, right?
That actually happened in the comics. They hooked up in the comics and got married.
Okay, so that's another topic for another video, honestly, because adult hentai and child hentai are like two totally different categories. But like, don't worry, Holy. I looked at the comments. I consume the content just like you do. So like I went through the comments. And I saw the fuckery.
Well, let's just go off what do you guys think your favorite genre to play is? Just like gaming wise, what is your favorite game genres to play?
How specific do you have to be? Because
it doesn't matter. It could be like your top three favorites.
Top three?
Yeah, like shooters, RPGs. What do you think? What are your favorites to play?
Are MMOs and RPGs counted as one?
If you want. All right, now technically those could be separate because remember, Destiny 2 could be considered an MMO.
Okay, so if you count them separate, then that's easy as hell. But if you
it's like an MMO, RPG shooter, whatever, looter shooter, whatever it is.
It's a pretty game. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's fucking boring. So let's fucking stop talking about.
Oh yeah. For Kiram, if you're interested, there is a way to capture performance on Destiny 2. If you use Radeon settings, you can determine how much RAM and G. Remember, like Blizzard doesn't want to use any recording apps on the Destiny 2 game or whatever. Apparently, you can use Radeon overlay to determine your performance of the game. The most VRAM it used was like 5 gigs of VRAM for me.
That is nice.
That'd be a good test because like Kiram is a huge Destiny fan. He's probably sunk hundreds, maybe 1,000 hours in those franchises. I stopped playing after 100, but
I'm sorry for your loss, Kiram. Those are hours you'll never get back.
Yep.
Hey, between the two games, I think I put over 2,000 hours into them.
Again, I'm sorry for your loss, my guy.
Hey, I'm no shame. I put like 1,100 hours in Warframe.
It's okay. I can roast myself. So
I put over 1,000 hours in
Sonic 06 like 6 times.
Didn't you put like 1,800 hours in some game on your Steam profile? What was that game?
Oh, Vindictus?
Vindictus. What is that?
It's an MMO action RPG. Just imagine it as like a super fast-paced Bloodborne / Dark Souls. Like,
oh, okay.
It literally makes those games look like fucking snails. Like,
yeah, I did, dude. Like I like Bloodborne, Dark Souls. I love doing those playthroughs, like just going through them. I went back and played Dark Souls Remastered last year. I think it came out. Did a whole playthrough without dying to a single boss, and I even challenged the DLC bosses, and I never played them in the original. And I was like here, remember that one dude I played? He had like the blue cloak, and he was like throwing black smoke around everything. That dude.
Yeah, wasn't that the guy that was spamming spells or items or whatever?
That's him. He had a giant grace sword, and he was lunging at me from the DLC. He got corrupted by evil.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He was crazy. He took.
Hey, Holy, I'm gonna send you a link to a YouTube video with some cool gameplay from Vindy. It's gonna be really good. Yes, it's definitely free. It's on Steam, dude. Like,
okay. Like one game that I missed that's gone is Dirty Bomb. That game was fun. Too bad it's like not really. They stopped supporting it.
Dude, okay, so like there's so many like legit PC games that like the Crumb side does not know about that I want to show them like on Twitch and shit. Cause like when I see people playing like Dark Souls, I'm just like, I literally just want to shoot myself.
Pretty much your favorites are like MMOs and RPGs.
MMOs, RPGs, shooters, platform. I literally play everything except for
favorites.
Your favorites?
Probably fighters, RPGs, and platformers.
Oh, I forgot about fighters, because if you look at my setup video, I got like basically 3 arcade sticks in my room.
For me, I play everything, like pretty much, like any game I get my hands on, I'll just play and beat it. So there's not really a genre I dislike, except for maybe the simulator games, I guess.
Oh, definitely. I hate Sims. Like I said,
I don't even play those Sims games. The only games, like I'll play racers, even if Forza gets boring.
What was the last RTS?
Only kart games I like.
I don't play RTSs.
RTS. The only ones I played was StarCraft, Warhammer, and XCOM. Yeah, XCOM.
Warhammer. You mean that guy? Those guys in the giant suits? I thought
Warhammer,
that was like
10,000 Marines.
That was like a movie. I didn't know it was all.
And they have RTS. The RTSs are actually the main staple for that franchise.
Like, jeez. I know, right? If some of the Crumb side fans see this, like, believe it or not, I'm a PC gamer who doesn't play RTS. I know.
So what other so as Kiram has ascended from his Nintendo ways, who used to be a diehard Wii U fan, how does it feel to have ascended to the master race?
Oh, it's wonderful. I get to play them at 60 FPS without getting
this man he traded in his Wii U like maybe 3 times, and I kept telling him the system was dog shit, but he didn't want to believe me. It was like echo chamber.
So like the Wii U is objectively the worst console from Nintendo.
Even the Virtual Boy was bad.
No, the Virtual Boy gave you headaches.
The Wii U was interesting, but the games it had were like all on the Switch at this point. So the Wii was. Yeah, it's one of the worst consoles.
Yeah,
ever.
Exactly. I was gonna be like, "What game?" sarcastically, but I'm not gonna do that. People are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this Jerusalem guy hates Holy, doesn't he?"
I got a topic off my head that people always argue me down. Do you think what hurts developers more, piracy or used games?
Used games.
Why?
Because they're not really making any money off the used games, and if you were gonna pirate the game, you were going to pirate the game anyway. And yeah, there's no stopping it.
And GameStop still makes profit off of those used games. And they're going to prioritize selling those used games over the new games.
Exactly.
So
like
people go buy a new game, might end up getting the used game instead, and the developers don't get squat.
Yeah, exactly. Like GameStop has been reported doing that. I don't remember what YouTube channel it was on.
Are going more out of their way to fight piracy than they are with this used games. I know people say, well, what about all these always online? You can still buy a disc. People say Fortnite's a free to play. Fortnite still has a physical disc you can get.
Okay, so the thing about that is, because this is just another fake outrage, fucking bullshit crumb side problem, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the bullshit that I'm gonna fucking preach about on my channel, right? So this is fake outrage.
I've been preaching for this a while, bro.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Like, who the hell cares? Like, Awesomeness, that's a free to play game,
dude. And it's all it is that the developers are doing whatever they can to keep money in their pockets. They can't fight GameStop selling used games. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
So that gives me my other idea. What do you think about these people who buy these high-ass rigs like Hiram and play these low-grade games that require maybe a 1050 to run?
Expand your horizons. Go to Steam, download Dragon Nest, Vindictus.
This dude's playing like Cuphead, Tales of Vesperia, freaking whatever that. Just the only demanding game he plays that requires his Vega 64 is literally Destiny 2, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. That's about right.
Okay,
I mean, I got this laptop and it can play pretty much.
No, you got desktop, bro.
60 frames.
You got the desktop.
Okay, so
I also got another laptop, which is pretty nice.
Okay, so before I say anything else, like, okay, you guys can see that I have very controversial opinions, right?
Hey, yep.
And when I say my opinions, you know I'm not talking about you specifically. It's just blanket statements and, just generality.
Like I say myself, yep.
Hey,
okay.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just Kiram's leftover Nintendo fanboyism. That's all it is. That's choice.
Yeah.
Like, he got used to playing lower quality games, so he doesn't know.
Like his favorite, he's denying it now, and he's like, I hate looter shooters. And I'm like, well, you're about to. I bet day one you're buying Borderlands 3 then.
Oh, dude, Borderlands 3 is a good looter shooter.
And like I told him, it's built from the ground up for AMD hardware, so you got two Ryzen and Vega. You good.
Yeah, you're literally gonna be the Borderlands god. Like your rig will literally run Borderlands better than mine.
Because we see a Borderlands
and he's running 1080p like you are, so 1080p 240 hertz. I'm mostly what I play at is 1440p 165. That's what I've been running on since 2015.
It's okay, Holy. Go look at my setup video. I have a laptop with a 1070 in it and an 8750H.
Yeah, my old build from like 2 years ago was a 1700X and a 1080 Ti, and I've gone like I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my build. I've got all this other custom stuff. I'm trying to perfect it. And I finally gone from an RTX 2080 1080 Ti. Now I'm at a Radeon 7 because Radeon 7 is future-proof with that 16 gigs of VRAM. And if I want to mine on the side, I can do that too.
Ah, nice. My rig is like extremely basic.
Yeah, I did like a mining test. I'm like, okay, my RTX 2080, it would give me like 50 cents a day. The Radeon 7 gives me $1.73 a day.
I'd be fucking using that bitch for mining. Like, fuck it.
Way better. I can't find any good mining software though.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend mining unless you are desperate for cash.
I mean, cash is cash, and if I have a literal like PC, I could probably build just to do mining.
Yeah, NVIDIA is not great for it, and it just overheats it heats up your card, but it doesn't show any negative impact on gaming.
I used to have like it was like an old graphics card, 480 or something like that. That it was like
he had a 480, then he upgraded to then he swapped it out for a 970 because he had the 484 gigabyte, so technically the 970 was stronger than the 480 at the time because it was a 4 gigabyte bottleneck until drivers came out making it better over time.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's when it was going up in price because of all this mining.
Yeah,
crap.
you traded and I think you got a better CPU, which was the 1300X and 970. Then you upgraded to the 2600 and the Vega 64.
No, my CPU got fried, so I had to buy.
Oh yeah, you had an i5. You had an i5 6600K.
It got fried by my crappy motherboard.
Yeah, wait, which processor?
He had the Intel 6600K.
Ha! I'm running a 67 right now.
Yeah, Intel.
Right now, I got 2600.
Intel is the new. Our chips are hotter than AMD, which makes no fucking sense. They could have just taken the Intel graphics off and added 8 cores, but they didn't do that to compete with AMD.
I will not take any Intel / Nvidia slander. I'm a fanboy.
Oh no, I had a Nvidia card literally a day ago, and I'm just like I said, I'm a fanboy of games.
I'm a Nvidia and Intel fanboy. Stop this, sir.
I give you one thing.
Not have you talk about my favorite company.
You got a dog shit 6700K. Get a 9900K, then you'll have the best CPU for gaming right now.
I can't afford that, Holy. I don't got that white privilege, dog.
You can't afford that $550 CPU.
Hell no, dog.
And you got. Oh, don't forget, Intel Miniques. You got to buy new motherboards too.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck that. That's another reason why I haven't upgraded yet.
That shit wowed me out. Like Intel, you can't go wrong because Intel is still the king of single. Was it single core, whatever it is, and yeah. But I just went with an all red build. I got that limited edition. Like, here's one thing though. If you don't have the right power supply for these AMD cards, they just suck the maximum power usage. I tried overclocking my Radeon 7. I got artifacting. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like, things popping on the screen randomly.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Artifacting is like, an artifact, a crappy card game
items on the screen. Team. I overclocked it. I underfolded it. So then my computer started resetting itself constantly, and then I reset the drivers, and it's working like a charm again. I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, "Oh my god, I just broke my new card!" But it's fine. I reinstalled Metro and Sunset Overdrive where the flickering was happening, and it went away.
Okay, so hey, Kiram, quick recommendation. Have you seen the Phantasy Star Universe series?
Yeah, I remember that my brother played it.
Phantasy Star Online Universe on the 360.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, y'all should play the PC version. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I have the hard disk.
That sounds good. All right, let me ask you this: what was your favorite game that you've played so far this year?
You mean released this year?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2.
No, that you
for number one.
No, one that you just first played this year, not necessarily released this year, just played this year.
Oh yeah, any game basically this year.
Oh man, because that's hard because I'm very picky about my games since I've been playing games for so long. Like
I just play everything. Like if you look at my library, it's like, oh, John's been playing 5 games at the same time.
Like, yeah, dude, I saw your Steam. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I got Rage too.
You launched like 3D Mark.
Death Request, which is a Neptunia-like game. I'm playing. I'm gonna be playing Sonic Racing soon, and I've been playing Metro Exodus. Oh, I'm playing Metro Exodus. I told this to Smooth. I'm playing Metro Exodus with Ranger mode with all the effects on. So like double enemy armor, health. If you get hit, you restart the chapter.
Yeah, I think I would have liked Metro, but I don't think I got into it at the right time.
It's really good. Like it's more sub-open world, which I think they did right, and the attention to detail is insane.
Like I've definitely fallen out of love with shooters because after the whole COD and Battlefield craze, like I was just I was
got
on the PS3. I went Call of Duty crazy and got platinums for like Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, but that was way back in 09 and 010.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and say the last good Call of Duty was Black Ops 2 for the people who are wondering.
Kiram hates that game. Kiram, tell him off.
Yeah, I don't like Call of Duty Black People 4.
Black People 4? What the? Well, I'm assuming
Call of Duty.
Call it Kevin, or you call it that? Call it Kevin.
Wait, hold on. Before I say anything, because it's probably an issue I don't even know about, to be honest. So I'm not gonna make any assumptions. Is this story mode content that you're complaining about?
It's like $100 for the game, if like even more, and there's no single player content at all. Like this is just as bad as Street Fighter 5.
Oh, you're talking about Black Ops 4. Oh no,
he's talking about every Black Ops. He's like ever since 1, he's like Black Ops 2, 3, 4 is all a remake. He just keeps saying that remake, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, dude, that's like so many games in the industry. I'm just gonna call out the jabronis that only play Madden and 2K and NBA Live. Fuck you guys.
Oh, dude, kid Smooth. I'm like, Smooth, what are you gonna get on PC? He's like, well, once PC gets NBA Live, then I might.
You're talking like Red Magnus, calling people jabronis.
The dude's rocking a 980 Ti, and I'm like, why don't you just buy games on PC too?
Okay, dude bros, is that a better term?
Okay, I got something for you. You know what's a PC exclusive? It's called Origin Premier, and it's actually good. $15 a month, you get access to every EA game that comes out at release, and you have to pay $60 whatsoever, and you can play them 2 weeks early.
It's okay, Holy. I'm gonna literally make a playlist on my channel, like of me streaming an actual PC exclusive, like 1 game a week, and I'll show the from side real PC exclusives that aren't fucking.
I made a video called PC Platform Exclusive, That video, I might just send. I might link it to you. It was funny as shit. I was like, look, Cuphead is a PC platform exclusive. It's not on PlayStation 4. Shit like that.
Oh my god, it's okay, Holy. Don't worry. You're gonna be like one of my informants, so don't worry.
When's that Cuphead DLC gonna come out already? Like, oh my goodness.
I have no idea.
Dude, I don't know. I've been waiting for it for a while.
This guy Kieran sent me a video. He's like, look, I only died 17 times in my speed run of Cuphead. I'm like, cool.
No, I only died 6 times.
Oh, 6
like
times.
the run I did before was 17, and you're like, do a video of it, and I'm like, okay, here, I only died 6 times. There you go.
That's my question.
Okay, so
speaking
on the Cuphead thing and dying 6 times, shout out to like an old episode of WWP. I don't remember which episode it was, but do y'all remember when they were calling out Bond about his deaths in Cuphead?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was like early in the hundreds, basically.
That was the start of No Face, No Case.
Bond only died 67 times, and Jimmy came up with the No Face, No Case meme.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the start of No Face, No Case.
Exactly, that was, dude. Because I've been watching Weapon Wheel since episode 1, so pretty much I know let down for that.
Okay, so I probably would have started watching, like, realistically, I think I discovered Weapon Wheel around like episode 50 something.
Yeah, they started in 2015, like the fall of 2015. That's when they first started.
But I'm not gonna lie, and this is gonna be like my final point because I literally got to go in like 3 minutes and pick up my brothers, and I'll probably be back at like 9 o'clock. So if you're on Holy, I can send you a link to the live stream that me and my friends are gonna have later.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a highly.
All right, let me make this amazing recommendation for a wonderful PC exclusive. It's called Them's Fighting Herds, and I bought a fight
My Little Pony fighting game. I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one too, my guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
Nothing against you personally, but I mean,
he still got the inner Nintendo guy in him.
I know, but nothing against you, Kiram. It's just that I know my taste. Like, I'm not calling out your taste. I'm not saying you're a pedo for playing the game or anything. I just know my taste and my interest.
This man needs to download Crysis 3 already and run that at 4K.
He needs to download Phantasy Star Online Universe 2 for PC.
I thought it only came in the disc though. It's not on Steam. Where you buy it now?
You have to basically download a tweaker program, which is basically like a launcher, and it installs the game and it auto patches it for you.
Down, though. You can't, like, I had the paid subscription for it, and then they shut the online down. So now all you can play is like the story mode.
No, it's back. I play it like probably 4 times a week.
Oh, Sega brought it back, or is it brought back by some community modders?
Community modders.
Okay, yeah.
English patched. You can play anything you want. I need friends to like quest with. So Holy, if you download it and Yeah,
I got the physical disc, so I spent 350 hours in that fucking game. It was so good.
Well, that's the thing, because Sega's not supporting it in America, and
they keep bringing the Vita version out. It's like, here's the Phantasy Star Online for the Vita 2, and I'm like, okay, the Vita's a dead console. Your point.
Exactly.
Great console, but dead console.
That's why I played on my PC at like 60 frames a second, 1080p.
You still need a Vita emulator to play it on that. I'm like, I'll stay have one out there. I know there's a Switch emulator.
Okay, so Holy, when you get some free time, go to this guy's YouTube channel. His name is Cry, CRYY, right? He literally has a video on how to install the tweaker and like launch the game and everything. Is beautiful.
I already got the game and can launch it. I haven't tried the online thing.
Oh man, you gotta quest with me, dude. I need somebody to quest with.
Yeah, I use the mech, whatever the robot's called. I haven't played the game in so long.
Dude, it's so good, and they updated so many. Like, there's so much new content now.
I've been questioning Xenoverse 2.
Ew.
This man, his favorite games are fighting games. He's like Fighter Z, Xenoverse, that Firehorn game, whatever fighting games there are. Dude, I'm telling you, get Jump Force. It's fire.
No, it is not. No, God, Holy, you literally almost made me hang up on you.
No, the story is dog shit, but the fighting is good. Like the mods, I got like Halo Master Chief running around shooting dudes down with the Warthog. The shit's fun.
Holy no, that game is.
Well, you like J-Stars, you don't like Jump Force. How do you not
Smash Ultimate?
Are you talking about me or are you talking about Kiram? Because I definitely don't like J-Stars.
He likes me and Kiram like J-Stars. Yeah, he doesn't like Jump Force. How does that work?
Bro, they're the same game.
Trash. It's not. It's really not
the same game.
Okay, yes, Jump Force on the console runs like dog shit. It runs like dog shit, but on PC it runs 4K 60, no problem. Beautiful. The game's graphics are good. The character models look but you can mod them.
Oh no, I can't. No, Jump Force and freaking J-Stars are the same thing. Oh no,
Exactly. If you like J-Stars, you like Jump Force.
You should, in theory.
Yeah, that's why I like Jump Force. That why? Well, no. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. There you go.
Okay, let me put it into perspective for you, Kiram. Like, here's my take on it, right? Jump Force is a downgraded J-Stars.
Yes.
But it is still J-Stars at the end of the day.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. The gameplay, not the story, not the the character roster. I'm talking about the gameplay itself is fun.
Like, okay, fuck the story and all that shit, bro. I know y'all saw that cutscene with...
like a freaking Ken doll. They all look like they were put in a Toy Story movie. Like they're made of Play-Doh or something.
Yeah, well, there's mods that make the game look cool. You can mod Chief in there and all these other crazy things.
Okay, so my only question is, did y'all see that cutscene with Frieza just fucking levitating and not changing any kind of pose or position when he was talking to Goku?
Yeah, they have weird face animations.
No, like Frieza was literally just standing still, and he just like
they were too lazy to animate him.
I'm saying, like, you know, in Dragon Ball Z, when they fly, they usually put their arms by their side or something. Like they look like they're flying.
Is automatically terrible.
Like its move looked like somebody had Frieza on like a puppet string thing and just pulled him out of the cutscene. I was like, what the fuck?
They have some gorgeous finishers though, like with Slifer Attacks, like the graphics with Unreal Engine 4 does look nice on PC. Although the game does drop on the enhanced consoles to like 12 frames per second.
I want to kill Space Hitler by playing a children's card game.
Okay, so Holy, I'm gonna need you to stop being a PC fanboy in front of me, sir. Because it sounds like you're giving a lot of.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Than console.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm pussy crushing right now.
You're experiencing your personal choice.
I'm pussy crushing Jump Force right now.
Bro, it's so funny. I troll the LGBT people. Like they're like, I'm PC, I'm pro-choice. I'm like, yeah, I'm PC too.
Yeah, I got another one for you. I'm peasant crushing too.
Oh man, dude. Oh man, Holy.
If we're gonna rip a game apart, we should rip apart Smash Ultimate. That is a low quality, terrible game.
Got a 90. That game's perfect. The input lag doesn't exist.
Okay. So you guys save that for save that for another day because I literally got to go and pick up my brothers from daycare. So I got to go. I'll be back on in a live stream like later tonight around like 9 o'clock my time, which is 10 your time.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the lookout for it, it'll be up. So yeah. And Holy, I got you on Steam. Kiram, you can add me on Steam from Holy's friends list. You know, we can shoot the shit and play games together if you have any games in common with me and all that good shit.
All right, sure thing.
All right, so I'll catch you dudes later, man.
All right.
See ya. Okay.
So, you want to talk about those mods now? Besides that, like I said, Jump Force has some good mods in them.
Yeah, and like there's like a crap load of games that just have mods. Like I remember there was the Samus mod in Saints Row 4. That was actually pretty lit.
You can shoot the rocket at people. That was.
Yeah, her little missiles. I just have as much of her little missiles I can use.
Dude, you're playing these old ass games. You need to buy some new games that are actually demanding. And
it'd be great if there weren't like some terrible ones. I mean,
remasters of games like freaking Vesperia. Like, no offense to Vesperia, it's a great game, but it's old ass game. Like, you should be buying games like Resident Evil 2, games like maybe Devil May Cry 5. Get some action games in there. Maybe give Metroid Exodus a go.
What about them fighting herds? They're the final
run on my toaster.
Coming out in the summer.
I saw that game. Oh. The recommendation for that game is a single core CPU. That is not a demanding game. They don't even make those core CPUs anymore. It's a crowdfunding game. Now I'll admit I could be a peasant sometimes and play games like Monsters Crown that's coming out that looks like Pokemon. But it's a game that probably could run on a single core CPU, but other than that, so like I was saying about my Radeon 7, that bitch was artifacting in Sunset Overdrive. The shadows were flickering all over the screen. Not like all over the screen, but like, you know, when there's pop in on the screen and the shadows are rendering, the things would start scattering across the screen. And I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh God. Then I overclocked it, but apparently my power supply doesn't have enough wattage for the overclock. I jump into Monster World, and there's this random rainbow that starts flickering on my screen. I was like, shutting off my PC right now. So I'm doing like emergency shutdown. My PC is in a restart loop, right? So I finally get it to reset the drivers, because Windows didn't do that. What is it called? The Windows didn't do that security thing.
Oh yeah, the security boot and safe mode. Or
yeah, it didn't do that. So I'd assumed that nothing was wrong. So I looked at forums and it's like, your power supply might be a limitation. So I said, all right, I tried undervolting it. Undervolting didn't do shit. That thing was like, okay, so I tried launching Yakuza Kiwami 2. It wouldn't launch if I undervolted it. I overclocked it, and my CPU clocks would go down to like 200 megahertz, and then they spike up to 2,000 megahertz. And I'm like, the fuck? that is weird. So,
oh dear, Arceus.
So I reset I reinstalled the drivers twice. I reset everything. I turned my computer off, went to bed, woke up the next morning. Sunset Overdrive had the shadows flickering still. Monster Hunter World was running fine. It ran worse than my RTX 2080 by like maybe 10 frames, but that's because NVIDIA games work better in certain things. So what the hell is it called? I uninstalled Sunset Overdrive, reinstalled it, booted up. It was running fine. I played it because what happens is once my graphic card ramps up to 100 fan speed, because let's be real, these Radeon cards are loud, but they're pretty good. It ramps up, and then I would see the shadow flickering. The shadow flickering went away, so it's running good now. Because like I was saying to you, Kiram, you have a 600 watt, and you were trying to undervolt your Vega 64, but obviously that power supply is a limiting factor, so you can't really do that. But then again, you play these, as he said, these games that don't look like they could run that amazingly.
Hey, Xenoverse 2 couldn't even like match 60 frames on the Switch, but then again, that's a Switch.
Right. That game is old. Xenoverse 2 was
2017.
No. Xenoverse 2, I think, wasn't that on the PS3 too? Xenoverse 1 was.
No, it was.
Xenoverse 1 was.
Xenoverse 2 was on the PS4.
The game is old. That game's like 4 years old. You need to
Xenoverse 2 got 4 years old. It came out in 2017.
That game is
it's
old.
Like 2 years old.
That game's old. You need. Hang on. I can pull up my list of recommendation games you can buy this year. Why didn't you like the Division 2? It's a looter shooter.
I honestly don't know.
Okay. What's that? Games I can recommend playing is Devil May Cry 5, good action game. Metro Exodus, good shooter. Resident Evil 2 remake. There you go. It's a remake. Old ass game, but it looks all better. If you like Monster Hunter World, God Eater 3 is awesome. They just added new updates for that game. God Eater 3. It's like a weeb version of what the hell is it called? Monster Hunter World. Still a good game. Good cell shading. Jump Force, even though some people, like I said, Jump Force has good, fun gameplay mechanics. That's about it. And Tales of Vesperia. Games 2.
I play a lot of emulators.
Yeah, it's like, and it doesn't matter. Most people do. And games to completely avoid is, we should talk about that Xbox I got from the Microsoft and
that one that had unlimited gold.
Okay. So I put a video up about it. I actually had 2 videos of the consoles. I deleted the 2 videos because Microsoft. I just did it because I don't want Microsoft copywriting those videos because it had personal information from the serial number. So I deleted the 2 videos. I released my new video with some gameplay. So what happened was I went to GameStop. You'd be surprised you got GameStop. It was a pre-owned Xbox One X white console. And it wasn't refurbished. It was pre-owned. Literally, they didn't open it up or anything. And the console looked new. Like, it was still shiny. It didn't have any scuffs on it. So I take it home. I made sure it was reset. It was reset. I downloaded my Xbox account, which doesn't have Xbox Gold or anything because I haven't used it in forever. So I download my games. There were games linked to the console that I didn't even own, like Fallout 4. There's like 10 games that weren't even on my games profile. And people are like, oh, the old person's account's still there. I reset the console enough times that there's literally no account on there but mine, and the games would still show up. So I would boot up Gears 4, and it's like, you can go into a multiplayer, and it says, would you like to buy Xbox Gold? And it was like, and I had Game Pass. I could download all these Game Pass games, and then they would show up on my game library as I own them. Not like, whatever, but I own them. Like I said, you own Monster Hunter World. So, my internet speed's 100 mega. My internet speed's like 10 megabytes or something. It's not that fast.
Mine's like 100 megabytes.
Well, download speed is like 14 megabytes.
Yeah.
So, I talked to the GameStop guy, and he's like, "Oh, it might be a Microsoft employees console," because he said that he's attended events where these Microsoft employees would have consoles that you know, so what Microsoft would do is they would highlight a console, and they said, oh, that's a Microsoft employees console, meaning it's got no matter what the Microsoft employee puts on the system, it's going to have Xbox Live and Game Pass for free or whatever games are linked to it. That's why the Game Pass games showed up as owned games in my library. So I contacted Microsoft. They said, give us a serial number. And they said that the console was stolen from a possible employee. And they said for me to return it to them, and they gave me a shipping label and then reimbursed me for the amount. And I sent it back to them. I should have asked them to give me an autograph of Phil Spencer to give to Smooth. He probably would have.
Well,
too bad.
Cool story.
Too bad. I wiped my ass with it.
But I gotta get going myself. I gotta walk my cat.
All right. I think we can wrap it up there. It was a good sit down. So,
all right.
Good episode. We might do. We usually might do them on Wednesdays or Fridays, but we'll see. So, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.